welcome back. So today I'm gonna talk about my tattoo experience. I kind of look like a teacher. I have my tablet right here only because I kind of want to make sure that I get into detail in this video about my tattoo. As you can see by the title, this is my first tattoo ever, and I was never the type to say that I wanted like tattoos, only because I've always been so scared about the pain and like how everybody has different experiences, and I wasn't sure about my pain tolerance or the feeling. I really love the minimalist, like simple tattoos. Like they're just so satisfying to me. And I saw this one where it's like a girl's body, and then it's like kind of like the body is a flower pot, and then the flowers like coming out of her body, which I thought was so cool. But I wasn't sure how I was gonna fit in because I really want like a tattoo right here, and I wanted one right here, and I wasn't sure like how big I wanted it. And also I wanted to see first, like, to get a small tattoo, because I said I wanted to just get over the fear of getting a tattoo, and that's basically the number one reason why I got the tattoo, because I wanted to get rid of my fear of getting a tattoo. When I went to my artist, by the way, it's called New Look, and my tattoo artist was super sweet. He made me feel so comfortable. He didn't know it was my first tattoo. I told him afterwards, and I don't think I said it before was because like I didn't want to make it obvious like if I was nervous or not. So I want to talk about the way my tattoo came to be, and like how it was like the perfect timing and all that, only because I overthink things and I usually back out like if I can't, like if I feel too stressed about it or I like start freaking out. But I literally messaged him, and I went the next day to talk about what I wanted in my tattoo and all that, and I mentioned like the girl with like the flower and stuff like that, but I wanted something more simple that could go like flow around my arm. And then also I wanted something that was gonna be quick. I didn't want to be in the chair for like 2 hours like plus, you know, since it's my first tattoo and I didn't know what to expect. But thankfully I literally got my tattoo 2 days later, which I was freaking out those 2 days. At night I was like, oh, like what if like it goes bad, what if I get an allergic reaction? Because I was like going crazy looking at like YouTube videos, and my husband was making fun of me because I was looking up tattoo videos, and they were like, make sure to eat a full meals, be hydrated, and like take breaks. And like I know it's like for bigger piece tattoos, but I was just so nervous that I was even telling him like, should I take numbing cream? And he's like, no. He's like, you have to experience it, and like not all the places do numbing cream, something like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it then. And I was overreacting because my little sister says that my tattoo looked like a piece of hair, and like I think it's so funny because I wanted something small. So this is my tattoo, and I'll give credit to my tattoo artist for like what I wanted in my mind. Like he literally did such an amazing job at doing it, and my experience was so good. So I just wanted something across my arm, how I said, like going upwards. And I'm sure you can see, like I'll put another picture here so it looks clear. I know like my light right now is kind of making some of it like not look as clear. But I really loved how like he made the right here it looks like shoulders, and like but it's like the leaves, and it's like a face, and it's like a rose. This is my 3rd day, so I've had this tattoo for 3 days now, but I am gonna go back for another touch up because usually my tattoo artist, he does like the big piece, like the Japanese style tattoos. I really do recommend him if you guys are here and want like a big piece. So his name is Kotaka, and how I said, like I had the literally best experience. I was so nervous, and he was really calm, and I couldn't even feel him doing my tattoo literally like 80% of the time. But this is his Facebook, or you know what, I know it's gonna reflect on here, but I'll put his Facebook right here, also like the name of the shop in my description below. But yeah, I'm so happy with my tattoo. I know it's so simple and small, but I'm in love with it, and I do plan on getting more tattoos. I'm just not sure of what yet. And I want to talk about the pain. Okay, so I want to talk about let me look through my notes just so I can make sure to include everything in here. So my tattoo was $50, and that's like the minimum amount. I know every tattoo shop is different, but in this one it was $50, I believe, the minimum. My tattoo only took, I want to say 20 minutes for the actual tattoo, but then it was like 10 minutes or so for like the sketching out and all that. I do want to talk about the line work. So originally I wanted just to do like a one needle tattoo, but I remembered, I know it's different because like the different parts of your body, but the closest thing I've gotten to a tattoo was my eyebrows, like when I got them microbladed almost 5 years ago. And the first time, I think it was the first time or second time, like my tattoo or the mark, I don't know if it's a tattoo or not, but the microblading did not stick to me. Like it just all came off, and they had to dig deeper in my eyebrows because my skin was so tough. But that's something that I had to keep in mind because my body does heal super fast. Like I had a big bruise right here, and literally like that same day it started like getting better. Sadly, my ferret scratched me, so it like ripped everything that had already gone through from the whole day. But my body usually does heal pretty fast, and that's something I had to keep in mind because I wanted a one needle tattoo, which is super thin. Let me show you guys what a one needle tattoo looks like. I'll put it right here. It's a really thin line, and that's what I first wanted. But then we talked more about it, and he was telling me how depending how your body takes it, it might not take it as good, and it could fade like within 2 years, or you know, however long your body tries to like recover from it. But I went ahead and I did a three needle tattoo, so which is a little bit more thicker, but I'm honestly glad I did, just because I think it looks like, you can see I have something in my arm, and with the one needle tattoos that I saw, like the example, you could barely see it. So I feel like this was good enough for me. So the pain level was different. I had like two, because like some of them I couldn't feel. So as soon as I felt the rose like this, because I was getting my tattoo like this, I don't know if you can see in the video, but I was laying down and my hand was like this, and when you go like this, my like this, the rose is kind of by my vein right here, because like the way I was laying down. And as soon as I touched it, I looked over at my husband and I was like, the rose is gonna like be by my vein, and he's like, oh, that part doesn't hurt at all, which I knew was a lie, and he wasn't trying to scare me because he has a tattoo like across his wrist, and he told me like that was like kind of painful for him right here. And that was literally the worst part, this little tiny rose, which how I said I'm so thankful because it was so small. That pain literally was like a 6 out of 10. It was tolerable. And one thing I was worried about, because my husband said you have to have your hand relaxed while they do it, but in my head I was like, how am I gonna be relaxed if it's so painful? But it just, you kind of do just relax your hand. Like, I don't know, it's a different type of pain, and I'll explain that later. But this was the worst part right here. I really couldn't feel it. I feel like my arm just got really numb, that I could only feel like some of his hand like this, or like wherever he was touching me, and that was it. Like I couldn't feel this. And then that was literally it. I feel like this part of the tattoo, and like when he was going over it, was like a 2 out of 10 pain. And it wasn't even pain, it was just like, so the pain, the best way I can explain the pain was like tiny little shocks. Like, I don't know if you've ever had like the shock therapy on your back, but it was less than that. It felt like tiny little bits. I know people like explain the pain as like pinches and scratches, but my pain personally, because I said like everybody is different, was like 2 out of 10. And then it was like tiny little like shocks in the areas that I could feel it, and then some areas how I said I couldn't feel it at all. And then just the rose, when it was by my vein, like right here, it was like a 6 out of 10, and I literally had to just like put my jaw like super tight. But it was tolerable. Like I would totally do it again. I have to go back in 3 weeks for another like touch up, just because how I said he usually does big Japanese pieces, and like he wants to make sure that he did it all. And also one thing I really liked about my artist was that he said that he didn't want to copy anybody's artwork and he wanted to do his own work. So I've seen his work and it looks so cool, like what he does. So I also wanted to give him the freedom of putting his ideas on paper and seeing it, because he was open to changing them, of course. But it was super awesome. Like, this is super cool, and yeah, I'm in love with it. But yeah, I think that's all I had to answer. He said like it's gonna take like 2 weeks, like I have to just be cleaning it and stuff, you know, like watching over it or whatever. So literally everybody's tattoo artist will tell you how to take care of your own tattoo, because it depends how, you know, like they do your tattoo and like all that. But yeah, my tattoo, I just have to put, like, I shower and then I put Vaseline like 2 times a day in it, and then like I just make sure to have it clean. But yeah, like it's pretty easy to take care of. How I said, it's super small, and I do plan on getting other small tattoos like this. But I can see also how the feeling, I guess, could be addictive. I didn't understand it at first, but now that okay, so I told myself like I'm only gonna get this tattoo, I'm only gonna get this tattoo, but now I'm like, oh, like I don't think it'd be that bad. And also I'm glad that I got to experience both of the pains. I mean, I didn't get to experience like the really bad pain of a tattoo, I think, but I'm glad that I got to experience it, like how like the feeling felt like really low and then like somewhat like hard up here my vein. And like now I know what people mean, like if you get it like around your armpit area, it will hurt. If you get one like around your neck, it will hurt, like the more tender parts. But yeah, like I feel like if you're debating on getting a tattoo and you really want one but you're just scared of like the feeling, I feel like it's just, you know, overcoming one of your fears. That's how I said, like that's the main reason that I wanted to get a tattoo, to overcome my fears. And also like this really means a lot to me for like personal reasons. You know, while being here in Japan, I got to grow more into like a woman that I am, you know, barely moving out from my home, and like seeing this woman right here and like growing, it just means a lot to me. And I just want to get a lot of tattoos that like bring me like positive memories. And you know, you can get whatever you want to get. I even thought about getting my ferrets or something, like really like minimal, like 2 ferrets together. But we'll see later down the road for that. We're about to leave, so I'm kind of sad that I'm grateful that I got to experience my first tattoo here in Japan, and like I had such a positive experience. But I'm also sad that I didn't do it earlier, because I probably would have had more tattoos. But you know, there's always a first for everything. And I think that was all for my tattoo. If you guys have any other questions, you guys can message me directly. I'll put my Instagram and stuff down in the link below. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.